I'm Kimberly Brown, reporter for This Week at GSU. Funding a college education is one of the biggest hurdles for current college students. Over the last 30 years, tuition costs have increased over 1,100%. Now that's more than car loans or credit debt, and this number is constantly on the rise along with tuition rates. Governor State University is a very affordable institution, yet over the years, its own tuition rates have gone up. Specifically, GSU increased its rates 2.4% for academic year 2013-2014. This rate increase only affects new students and is considerably lower than increases implemented by other state institutions, yet it begs the question, what is GSU doing to keep higher education affordable? For part 2 of our conversation with Dr. Elaine P. Maimon, we'll be talking about scholarship and funding. Welcome, Dr. Maimon.
Thank you, Kim.
How does GSU compare as far as affordability to other Illinois state institutions?
Governor State University has the lowest student costs of any university, public or private, in the state of Illinois. That means a combination of tuition and what are called mandatory fees, fees that you have to pay, so there it is. Other Illinois universities have many mandatory fees, and so the whole picture has to be the tuition mandatory fees. We're the lowest.
Well, what are some of those mandatory fees? What does that consist of?
Various fees for strategic initiative, for technology, and some of our sister institutions have a number of others, but they're fees that have to be collected because they support important parts of the university. But I want to make one point really clear to the viewers. The increases in tuition at public universities, including GSU, is the result of drastic cuts in state support. In 2002, 75% of our operating budget was funded by the state of Illinois. In fiscal year 13, last year, 41% was funded by the state of Illinois. So that means that as the state provides lower and lower amounts of money, universities have no choice but to find ways through student tuition.
What opportunities are available for GSU students to help them fund their education?
It's really important for GSU students to understand about financial aid. I think too often students think it means only loans. Financial aid also means grants that you do not have to pay back. One level of grant is the Pell Grant, the federal grant.
Right.
And for very low-income students, and this is for undergraduates, the amount can go up to $5,500 per year. It is essential to fill out the FAFSA form. And that may look a little challenging, but if you have your parents' income tax form in front of you, or your own income tax form if you're over 26, then you can do it without too much trouble. Secondly, there's something called the Monetary Assistance Program. That's the Illinois state-based grants, which can go up to about $4,500. You can see simple addition. You put those two things together, and you will have support for your education that you don't have to pay back. But with the MAP grant, you've got to get the application in really early. It's based entirely on a first come, first served.
Yeah,
so you've got to get the limited funds. You've got to get it in by January or February of the year before that you want the funds. The other thing I want to make a real appeal to students about is be very careful about taking out loans. You should not put yourself in debt. I don't know if students realize that even if you declare bankruptcy later, you will still be liable for those loans. And so we have a very good record here at Governor State of students paying back their loans, and that helps us because institutions that don't can get into a lot of trouble. But for the students, be very careful about loans. In our dual degree program with the Community College GSU partnership, we have a fund that we've developed at GSU so that low-income students can graduate with a bachelor's degree without debt. Now, that also means living like a student.
Right.
so that you can't, it's really foolish to take out a loan to perhaps buy something that maybe you can wait to buy until, after your
Right.
graduation. So I really want to make that point. We also have, through our GSU Foundation, scholarships that students can compete for, mainly through writing an essay. We usually have an opportunity for one of our English professors to help the students with the essays that they need to write for the scholarships. So there are many, many ways that students can graduate with their bachelor's degree without debt. For graduate students, it's a little harder. There aren't as many financial support opportunities, but there are some. And it's important to learn about them and to make it a goal to graduate without debt.
Thank you, Dr. Maimon. That's all the time we have for now. Remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. For This Week at GSU, I'm Kimberly Brown, and you have just been twagged.